There comes a moment in every person's life when they realize something profound. The harder you chase, the further everything seems to run from you. It happens in relationships, in success, in respect, in opportunities. When you cling, you lose. When you force, you fail. And when you try to control what isn't meant to be controlled, you end up exhausting your mind, your energy, and your spirit. This is one of the oldest truths echoed by the Stoics. You are not meant to chase life. You are meant to shape yourself so that life comes to you. Think about it. The things you've chased the hardest, people, recognition, validation, money, did they ever come easily? No. They became heavier, more distant, more stressful. You waited for replies, for attention, for apologies, for outcomes that depended on other people's choices. And the more you reached, the more everything slipped out of your hands like water. This is because chasing creates desperation, and desperation creates resistance. The Stoics understood this deeply. They believed that the moment you attach your peace to something outside your control, you lose everything. Letting go is not about giving up. It's not weakness, laziness, or indifference. Letting go is choosing strength because you stop begging for what is not yours and start building what is. When you stop chasing, something incredible begins to happen. You shift your focus inward. You take your power back. You stop waiting for the world to move and you begin moving yourself. People feel this. Energies shift. Life adjusts itself around the person who is no longer depending on its approval. You become calmer, harder to manipulate, harder to discourage. And in that inner stillness, the things meant for you finally recognize you. Most people live in a state of emotional hunger. They chase love because they don't feel lovable. They chase money because they feel insecure. They chase attention because they feel unseen. They chase success because they feel behind. They chase happiness because they feel empty. The Stoic teaches the opposite. Fulfill yourself first, and everything else follows. When you are complete within, you don't chase, you attract. You don't beg, you choose. You don't fear losing, because you finally understand, nothing that is truly yours can ever be taken from you. Letting go starts with acceptance. Accept that some people will not value you. Accept that some opportunities are not yours. Accept that some doors must stay closed. Acceptance is not defeat. Acceptance is clarity. It is the point where your vision becomes sharp and your choices become clean. You no longer waste time trying to force outcomes that were never meant to happen. Letting go starts with acceptance. Accept that some people will not value you. Accept that some opportunities are not yours. Accept that some doors must stay closed. Acceptance is not defeat. Acceptance is clarity. It is the point where your vision becomes sharp and your choices become clean. You no longer waste time trying to force outcomes that were never meant to happen. When you stop chasing, you create space. Space for growth, space for peace, space for the right things to enter. The universe does not reward desperation. It rewards alignment. And alignment happens when your actions support your values, not your fears. Chasing is driven by fear. Letting go is driven by confidence. Imagine standing in the ocean and trying to grab the waves. The tighter you squeeze, the more everything escapes. But if you relax your hands, the water flows naturally around you. Life is exactly the same. The person who is calm, centered, and grounded will experience flow. The person who is anxious, restless, and needy will experience struggle. The Stoics practiced something called inner stillness, a mental state where you stop reacting to everything around you. You stop overthinking. You stop attaching meaning to every delay, every silence, every outcome. Instead, you focus on what you can control, your effort, your attitude, your character. Everything else becomes background noise. This is where real transformation begins. You stop chasing people, and suddenly the right people appear. Not the ones who drain you, not the ones who make you question your worth, but the ones who recognize your value without you having to prove anything. You stop chasing results, and suddenly your work becomes clearer, more powerful, and more consistent, because it's no longer fueled by pressure but by purpose. You stop chasing happiness, and suddenly joy arises from the simplest things. Your routine, your discipline, your silence, your growth. Happiness starts to feel natural, not earned. You stop chasing control, and suddenly life becomes less chaotic. You respond instead of react. You observe instead of panic. You understand instead of assume. Letting go is not about walking away from life. It's about walking toward the version of yourself that doesn't need to chase anymore. The version of you that is whole, stable, grounded, and aligned. A person like that becomes magnetic. Their presence is calm. Their energy is steady. Their choices are deliberate. and life respects that. Remember this. When you stop chasing, you make room for what belongs to you. Your peace becomes your priority. Your growth becomes your identity. Your discipline becomes your power. And the world, slowly and quietly, begins to rearrange itself around your new strength. This is the Stoic secret many people ignore. Stop chasing what is running from you. Start becoming the person it would want to run toward. There is a strange paradox in life. The more desperately you want something, the more life delays it. It isn't punishment. It's a mirror. Life reflects your inner state back to you. When you chase out of fear, insecurity, or emotional hunger, you don't attract what you want, you repel it. The Stoics taught that human beings suffer not because of external events, but because of their attachment to those events. When you must have someone must get a result, must receive attention, your mind becomes enslaved by outcomes you cannot control, and anything that controls you will eventually destroy your peace. 1. Chasing is a confession of inner emptiness. When you chase, you are announcing to the world, I am not enough yet. I need something outside me to feel complete. I am afraid of losing. People can sense this energy immediately. Opportunities sense it. Life senses it. And nothing healthy grows in the soil of desperation. Chasing tells life you are not ready. Letting go proves you are. 2. Chasing destroys your self-respect. Think about the times you chased someone's attention, waiting for replies, overthinking every small move, trying to please, losing sleep over silence. Did it ever make you feel stronger? No. You shrank. You doubted yourself. You accepted less than you deserved. The Stoics believed that self-respect is the foundation of a powerful life. You cannot respect yourself while begging for what was never yours. 3. Chasing creates pressure, and pressure kills possibility. When you chase, you unintentionally suffocate the very thing you want. A person feels pressured. An opportunity feels forced. A situation becomes tense. You become emotionally heavy. People pull away not because they hate you, but because they can feel the weight of your expectations. Life pulls away because pressure is not the language of attraction. Peace is. Letting go removes the pressure and allows space for things to unfold naturally. The Stoics understood one truth. Fear makes you blind. When you chase out of fear, you ignore red flags. You overinvest in the wrong people. You sacrifice your dignity. You lose your clarity. You accept things beneath your standards. Fear tells you, if you don't chase, you will lose everything. But wisdom tells you, if you keep chasing, you will lose yourself. And losing yourself is the greatest loss of all. 5. Chasing blocks what is meant for you. Imagine standing in a field trying to catch butterflies. The harder you run, the more they escape. But if you sit still, quietly and calmly, the butterflies land on you. Life works the same way. The things meant for you arrive when you stop forcing and start aligning. Chasing is noise. Letting go is silence. And only in silence do you receive the clarity and opportunities you were blind to. 6. Chasing distracts you from your true power. Your real power does not come from chasing external things. It comes from mastering your internal world, your discipline, your mindset, your habits, your emotions, your purpose. When you invest in yourself, doors open without you touching them. People respect you without you asking. Opportunities arrive without you hunting. Why? Because self-mastery is magnetic. A person who is centered attracts what a person who is chasing can never have. The Stoic truth, what you chase controls you. Epictetus said, you become what you give your attention to. If you chase someone, they control you. If you chase validation, it controls you. If you chase outcomes, they control your emotions. Letting go breaks the chain. You reclaim your mind. You reclaim your time. You reclaim your energy. And when you stop being controlled by anything outside you, life starts respecting you in ways you've never experienced before. Letting go is powerful, but it isn't always easy. Your mind will fight it. Your emotions will resist it. Your heart will cling to what feels familiar, even when it hurts you. The Stoics knew this struggle well, and they developed clear principles to help a person release attachment without breaking their spirit. This is not about abandoning people or becoming cold. It's about becoming disciplined enough to protect your peace. Here is how you let go the Stoic way without losing yourself. 1. Accept reality without trying to bend it. The Stoic path begins with radical acceptance. See things exactly as they are, not as you wish they were. Most suffering comes from fighting reality. Trying to change people who don't want to change. Trying to force outcomes you cannot control. trying to hold on to situations that are already slipping away. The moment you stop resisting reality, you stop suffering. You don't collapse, you become clear. Acceptance is not weakness. Acceptance is wisdom. It is the ability to say, "This is the truth, and I can deal with the truth." When you accept, you release the illusion of control. And when control disappears, peace begins. 2. Redirect your attention from them to you. Chasing keeps your focus outward. Letting go brings your focus inward. The Stoics believed that energy follows attention. When your attention is on someone else, your energy is too. When your attention returns to yourself, your power returns too. Letting go requires a shift. From waiting to working. From overthinking to improving. From reacting to rebuilding. From emotional chaos to inner order. You stop asking, "Why aren't they choosing me?" And you begin asking, "Why am I not choosing myself?" This shift changes everything. 3. Practice emotional discipline, not emotional suppression. Stoicism is not about shutting down your feelings. It's about learning to manage them. Letting go will bring waves of emotion. Sadness, confusion, anger, nostalgia, fear. The Stoic approach is to feel without obeying. You allow emotions to pass through you like weather. You observe them, but you don't act from them. You acknowledge them, but you don't let them take the wheel. This emotional discipline makes you unshakable. It turns your heart from a battleground into a sanctuary. 4. Remove the illusions that keep you attached. Attachment often hides behind illusions. Maybe they will change. Maybe things will go back to how they were. Maybe I didn't do enough. Maybe if I wait longer. These illusions keep you trapped. The Stoics believe that suffering ends the moment you see clearly. You must strip away every illusion and face the truth. If something requires you to beg, force, or lose yourself, it's not meant for you. Clarity frees you. Illusion traps you. Letting go requires truth even when the truth hurts.